Welcome back, we're on the Yamaha, and thankfully lots of bits turned up just in time to make another episode. It's arrived, we can put the sprocket on, yay! Also tank rubbery thing and crushed gaskets for exhaust, very cool. Well, that was nice and easy. That was nice and easy. Which means, of course, this can go in there. Anyway, before we do the chain, I just wanted to do this and put my little sprocket cover on. And isn't that lovely? Yes. I know I said I thought I'd bitten off more than I could chew at certain points in this project, but there's little bits and pieces here and there that just make you feel good. And I think it's coming along nicely. There's still a long way to go. Got to get the bugger running for starters, right? So we sprayed that matte black, and I'm hoping I won't have needed to use this flameproof stuff because it's right under the fuel tank. No, I just happen to have a little bit left, and as you can tell, that's totally empty now. I just want to see if it's going to obscure it enough visually, or I need to start again. It's beautifully matte stealth black with chips like buggery. So, meantime, on a much more boring note, I've extended that negative cable. That one still goes down to the block, and this one now has this extra section. So yeah, so we've now got similar length battery cables. Like you care, right? I know, I told you it was boring. So, does that look better? Why, yes it does. I think it does. Alright, so we can obscure it. It won't be that matte black, although actually matte black might work better than gloss, but whatever. Yeah, I think that's going to work. Plan A is still an option, which is good because we've still got plan B. So, having established that that kind of helped blend it in and hide it away, I found this. Yes, metallic, kind of. And this isn't metallic, but it kind of is. So I'm thinking that might work even better, because I have all sorts of colours of paints just kicking around. Lovely jubbly. Well, I hope you'll all agree that that's looking considerably more discreet. More exciting deliveries today, a different make and a very comprehensive kit actually for exactly what it says on the tin, or can, yes. So that's cool, that's for the Yami. And then for the Duke, we actually have some silencers which might work, some mufflers, baffles, and a step-by-step guide as to how to semi-insert it and then completely insert it. Very useful. Yes, thunder and lightning again. So using the one of the hoses from up front there, from the emissions stuff, off the breather outlet in the block, and one of those lovely new fittings included with the tank, and then another one of those fittings on the in slot, and a choice of black fuel injection or what it came with. I think I like the black, honestly. Just got to work out where I want to put it now. I think I want to mount it there, because there's a nice bit of frame that I can drill into and tap and die and all that stuff with my rivet nuts. The only issue is, of course, the inlet is pointing in completely the wrong direction, which means the pipe's going to have to do a U-turn, which is never a good thing. We're back to that kinkiness again, aren't we? Yes. Except with this assortment of fittings, maybe it's not a problem. There we have a distinct possibility. A little bit over the top, but you get the idea. That said, the stuff supplied with the unit is obviously kinked and very bendable, and it's only really catching oil in an emergency, which would certainly push its way down there. I don't know. One way or another though, that frame there works as a lovely mount, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to do it there. There's nowhere else in there that'll work. I don't want to be making up brackets and stuff if I don't need to. And there it is, done, fitted. How about that? Lovely. Yeah, so just got to worry about the hosing, but I think we'll worry about that later. We have plenty of possibilities. So obviously under the seat, not over it or whatever, but I think I'm going to go that route. So it comes across the bike, and then that angle helps make this angle not so sharp. Bearing in mind it's all going to be flat, right? So it's going to be something like that. You get the idea. I think that'll kind of route under here somewhere. I'll probably need to tie it in somehow, some kind of circlet type thing. I might even need to drill a hole in my tray, because I realised I made it so nicely that it completely seals off against the frame up there. Yeah, there. Yeah, beautifully sealed off. Lovely. No gap whatsoever. Well, a little bit, but not enough to get a pipe through. There is a gap down there. You can see daylight. Yeah, there is kind of a gap there. Beep. Could feed it up through that, which would save me drilling a hole in my lovely piece. Yeah, it might work actually, so I might do that. Anyway, for now, I'm not going to do anything. Yeah, I really like that. All those little canisters down there, looking pucker. So back over here, I'm mounting the ECU mount thing, tray, receptacle, device, suspect device. Yeah, that ain't going to work either, because these are never going to tighten up. The rivet nuts are never going to tighten. These ones are too small. I tried the slightly larger size, but without being able to get that tool to actually clamp them up to the frame, and this is really disappointing and very frustrating. I had the camera the wrong way around. Anyway, what I'm trying to finally decide, given the problems with the mounting of the tray, is that whether all this shit will actually sit up here. So I've literally pulled it all through. So there's the cables coming back to the battery. Well, there's that one. But yeah, they'll reach somehow or another. Job done. That kind of sits there. All the stuff, the fuel tank's there. There's the oil breather. Yeah, fuel line. So that's all good. This shit is brake light stuff, so that will go backwards. Switch can go anywhere. That stuff will sit there, and the tank sits up quite high thanks to my 2 rubber mounts now. So just like the Augusta, it will kind of fit in there. Bit of a mess, but I just don't know. Obviously it wouldn't be that much of a mess. I would organise it in some shape or fashion. It's just whether it'll all actually fit in there. And it might. So it wasn't a totally stupid idea. So I've taken this rear seat tray off because that matte black paint is lovely, but it chips. And I'm probably going to have to spray the exhaust with something different as well. Anyway, what that does is give us a clearer view of what I'm intending to do with the oil. So that's a little bit tight. Well, there you go. Something like that. And then dipping down through that gap. Yes, because the panel comes here and seals up against that nicely. So that will come down and round, and it'll probably be the black pipe, not this one, but this is just easier to feed through to demonstrate what I have in mind for my clearly labelled oil catch can. So I'm actually going to head it off in the opposite direction to the right of the vehicle and put it down here and round here in a nice sweeping curve, and then connect it over here. And I'm actually going to shorten the connection there because it comes up higher than it needs to, so that that whole curve down will be less and therefore not kinking. Ignore this. This is fuel that's going to the tank. You see what I'm getting at. New tyre turned up today, so that's good. Not that I'm going to be doing anything with it right now. This is all ready to button up again. Now it's been painted with semi-gloss paint, and it's exactly the width of a sheet of letter size paper. To complete that, if that's what I'm going to do, I need the seat back to just remind myself about where I'm going to mount the back light. I think I'm going to cut this out anyway, so it's just a dead straight rectangular piece that will bend over and neatly bolt into that rivet probably. So I've cut that slightly shorter there at the bottom, and I was just rooting around to work out where I want to feed this through, and guess what I found? Yes, didn't need that. That's annoying. Anyway, I'm thinking I'm going to route it actually over there and down through a little gap over here. And see what that looks like. So I'm thinking something like this actually. Loop it around there, P-clip there, maybe tie it into those two, up under there, in my newfound hole. It comes up here and meets that. So I think I need to shorten that as well, because I want to minimize that potential kinkage. So the shorter this is, the better. Yeah. Okay. Chop that. So yes, I'm going to trim this up, and I'm going to use some secateurs, some gardening equipment. Yes, I kid you not, because they're exactly the right size and they're nice and sharp. So just sneaking those in there. Job done. It's used by the Sopranos and other dodgy mobsters. There we have it, plumbed in. Job done. Very simple. Considerably easier than messing around on the Ducati with that oil catch tank. I think we can put this one down to experience. Now I'm going to button this down with the screws that I couldn't find at Ace. But yes, these were on the satellite dish that I dismantled. Perfect length, perfect thread, everything. See, don't throw stuff away. It's all about the reclamation. So, has anyone spotted the obvious while I'm still thinking about how to mount my ECU tray? Anyone spotted the obvious? Well, here's the obvious. I'm not quite sure why I thought I needed it in the first place. In that you'll see that everything fits in there already, including the ECU. Maybe I was trying to be super organised, I don't know. Maybe I don't need a shelf at all. I mean, obviously I need to tidy stuff up, I'm not having it just dangling around, but, you know, it all fits in there, and I've already got a shelf, I've got my tray, my bottom tray. So, I think that's that resolved, and it may not have been a total waste of time, because I might use it here. I might not, but it fits. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see when we get the seat back. Talking of which, I phoned the lady today because I found out where she was. And I inquired about the redness of my black and yellow squared seat. And she said she'd never seen anything like it. So, the fact that Derek thinks it's finished and she hasn't seen it is very confusing. She didn't sound like the sharpest tool in the box, but obviously no word from Derek on the situation either. I almost forgot. Look what else turned up today. Yes, stickers. We like stickers. Yeah, that looks cool. See what it looks like on the other side. Bloody lovely. Really like that. Perfect size actually. When they turned up I thought they were maybe a little bit big, and they were bigger than I was expecting. Yeah, I really like that. That is the best tank I've done so far, ever. Yay! Not sure about the rest of the bike, but there we go. Cliffhanger, I'm going to call it a day. And so as usual, thanks for watching, and do subscribe if you haven't already. And encourage your friends to watch my lunacy. And if you haven't got any friends, just encourage anyone. Encourage others to watch my lunacy.